Finally, we've made it to the present year, and we're ringing in our first relic of 2025 with a find that truly sings. This small brass bell, discovered just down the street from my house in Wellesley, Massachusetts on January 2nd, once adorned the harness of a draft horse pulling a Conestoga wagon, those great freight carriers of the 18th and 19th centuries. Conestoga wagons were essentially the heavy-duty transport trucks of early America. First developed by Pennsylvania Dutch settlers in the early 18th century and named after the Conestoga River in Pennsylvania, these large arched wagons, which I'll show at the end, were used to haul goods between farms, towns, and markets, especially across the northeastern United States. With curved beds, tall wheels, and canvas covering stretched over wooden hoops, they were built for rough, uneven roads, which meant basically all roads back then, and could carry up to 8 tons of cargo, which was a ton, pun intended, for the time period. Each team of horses wore a set of bells mounted on iron arches over their harnesses. Not only did the bells warn others of an approaching wagon on narrow, winding roads, they also became a source of pride for wagoners. A full team might carry as many as 24 bells, with different sizes and tones depending on the horse's position in the team. Some even tuned their bells for better sound. Unfortunately, the clapper inside this one, as you can see, likely made of iron rather than brass, has long since rusted away. There was also a tradition. If a wagoner had to be rescued after getting stuck or if the wagon broke down, they were expected to give up their bells to the team that helped them. Arriving with all your bells intact indicated that your journey had gone smoothly, hence the old Teamsters expression, "I'll be there with bells on." Technically, this bell is made of tombac, a brass alloy with a high copper content known for its excellent corrosion resistance, and I must confess, it cleaned up more beautifully than just about any relic we've ever found, gleaming more like something found in an antique store than a relic that has spent at least 150 years underground. The most curious aspect, however, may be where it was found. Not in a field or along an old cart path, from what I could tell, but in what's now a stretch of tangled, tick-infested swampland, and it's hard to imagine a freight wagon ever crossing such ground. But maybe it was firmer back then. Maybe an old road once skirted the edge. Or perhaps the bell had been repurposed for livestock that once roamed the area. All are possible. In any case, though, it's a vivid reminder of how much the landscape and the way we use it can change over time. Here's a museum specimen of the Conestoga wagon, and here you can get a sense of what the bells would have looked like together in unison, and this image is kind of blurry, but you can faintly make out where they would have been attached to the back of the horses.